In an era shrouded in whispers and intrigue, the corridors of power lay beneath a thin veil, waiting to be unraveled. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. As dawn kisses the ancient stones of the royal palace, rumors of a seismic shift ripple through the kingdom's heart. The monarch is rumored to no longer hold the gilded reins with the same steadfast grip that had once etched his legacy across the annals of history. Stories of clandestine meetings and secretive councils spread like wildfire, igniting the curiosity and trepidation of the subjects. The air is thick with uncertainty as alliances are questioned, and age-old rivalries threaten to resurface, poised to redefine the very essence of the dynasty. An audacious presence lurks in the shadows, ready to stake its claim on the throne's time-worn power. The kingdom finds itself at a crossroads, staring into the maw of change that beckons with both the allure of progress and the specter of upheaval. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows across the palace grounds, the sense of anticipation is palpable. There is no turning back, and every whisper in the hallways could be the first tremors of an inevitable quake that will redefine the legacy of this royal lineage forever. The stakes have never been higher, and every move is calculated like pieces on a chessboard, where no one dares to predict the final checkmate. The majestic splendor of the kingdom masks a world veiled in shadows, where intrigue lurks in every corner. Beyond the gilded doors, a labyrinth of power games unfolds an elaborate dance known only to those who truly understand the stakes. Each step is laden with motives that shift like sand beneath feet, and alliances rise and fall with the unpredictable winds of ambition. Here, beneath the polished veneer, humanity's most raw and unbridled desires play out. The grand halls, lined with historical portraits of rulers past, echo whispers of secrets shared and vows broken. Caught within this opulent maze, the young heir stands at a precipice, each decision a thread in the complex tapestry of their dynasty. They must navigate the treacherous waters of court politics, where loyalty is a fickle currency and betrayal lurks in the smiles of counselors and kin alike. Every eye is watchful, every gesture loaded with unspoken promises or veiled threats. A glance, a nod, a fleeting smile, all are tools of negotiation and survival in the enchanted yet perilous world of sovereign power. Yet dawn brings not just the light that illuminates shadows, but also the stirrings of discontent. Outside the castle's towering walls, the kingdom bristles with whispers of unrest. The people, rumbling with the heat of injustice, yearn for change, believing in rumors of revolution, a silent storm gathering strength in the realm's darkened corners. Inside, amid the feasts and banquets, the scent of discord permeates the air, an invisible threat threading through the camaraderie, threatening to unravel the delicate balance upon which the realm precariously rests. The heir, aware of the weight of these dual worlds, must learn to wield charm and shrewdness as deftly as any weapon. Trust becomes a precious commodity, scarce and cherished, for the very ground they tread is fraught with perilous snares and deceptive pitfalls. As the kingdom teeters on the brink, one must ask, when the moment of truth arrives, who will stand as ally, and who will reveal themselves as foe? The world watches with bated breath, eager to witness if the heir can fulfill their destiny amidst a house divided by power, passion, and peril. Each move, a step closer to fate, lights the path forward, a thrilling odyssey into the heart of the monarchy, leaving us to wonder what shadows will emerge when ambition and foresight begin to illuminate the night's darkest corners. The stakes could not be higher, for what transpires behind these doors will shape the future of the kingdom. As the moon cast its silver gleam across the ancient castle walls, the air inside the grand hall grew thick with the weight of impending choice. The kingdom stood on the precipice of history, a moment where every whispered rumor and hidden secret blurred the boundaries between ally and foe. Eyes darted in the shadows, reflecting the flicker of chandeliers, while the hushed voices of advisors and courtiers echoed like distant thunder in the night. All were gathered, thrumming with anxiety, aware that a single decision would either unify or divide a fractured land. At the chamber's heart, the monarchs stood alone in contemplation, their silence a fortress against the storm of opinions crashing around them. The power was theirs to wield, yet beneath the gilded crown lay the burden of consequence. In that fraught moment, the monarch allowed memories to wash over them, the echoes of laughter from happier times, the murmurs of betrayals that cut deeper than any dagger, the faces of those who had whispered promises now broken, and saw how each thread wove into the present tapestry. The temptation to cling to the comfort of nostalgia was palpable, yet the stark reality of the throne was a stark reminder that sentiment could not guide the future. Wrestling with their own demons, the monarch's gaze was drawn, as if by fate, to the scroll of counsel lying before them. It lay like a coiled serpent promising salvation or ruin, echoing past decisions that had shaped the kingdom's destiny. Time seemed to slow, the tension a fragile string drawn tight with anticipation. This decision would not be made in the safety of daylight discussions, but in the vulnerable solitude of night. The moments stretched like an eternity. Each heartbeat marked the cadence of doubt and resolve. The monarch inhaled deeply, the weight of the crown suddenly lighter, or perhaps it was the growing courage that now anchored their soul. With a mind sharpened by necessity and an unwavering heart, the monarch broke the silence, their voice cutting through the thick air like a blade of truth. A smattering of gasps followed, the onlookers too stunned to recall their own rehearsed reactions. It was done, the path chosen, not out of fear, but born of a vision that saw beyond the horizon. As these words settled in the room, the resolve that had ignited felt like a flickering spark against the relentless dark. Yet it was enough a beacon to lead them away from despair and into the dawn. Stakes had never been higher, and the monarchy's journey was only beginning. The decisions made under shadow would cast long-reaching light, and all who witnessed it felt the tremor of destiny unfurling its vast wings. The world beyond these walls awaited the dawn, unaware of the new chapter now written in resolve and whispered promises. The halls of the palace, once echoing with the marbled certainty of power and grandeur, began to resonate with a different kind of music, muted, hushed, and dangerous like the subtle rustling of silk in a hidden alcove. It started innocuously enough, a glance held a fraction too long, a smile that hinted at secrets unshared. These were the whispers that slipped like shadows across the moonlit courtyards, unnoticed but ever present. The whispers grew, weaving themselves into the tapestry of everyday courtly life, becoming the clandestine silk threads of a scandal ready to unravel. Servants exchanged furtive looks, courtiers assembled in discreet corners, their voices no more than a breath among the leaves, as they dared to utter suspicions that could shatter the very foundations of monarchic decorum. A scandal, they murmured, could topple empires and reshape destinies with the fervor of a storm. And there, amidst this crescendo of silent speculation, was the figure at its fulcrum, the queen herself, enigmatic, poised, with the echo of power that both enthralled and challenged those around her. Her eyes, sharp as the edge of a blade, scanned the horizon for threats unseen, and battles yet to be fought. Within the confines of her private chambers, where secrecy was as valuable as the gold threaded into her robes, she pondered these insidious whispers, each one more dangerous than the last. The weight of leadership pressed heavily upon her shoulders, a crown of iron adorned with the thorns of rumor, doubt, and defiance. Yet she wore it with the grace of a lioness surveying her realm. In the bustling heart of the kingdom, the stakes climbed higher. Allies and adversaries danced their perilous minuet, each step and gesture charged with meaning. Every encounter, every seemingly innocent exchange, was laced with the potential for revelation or ruin. The elegant fate of courtly life belied the complex and often deadly machinations at play. What friendships could she trust? Which whispers would prove her undoing? With every echo, the queen realized the true battle lay not with external foes, but within the very halls she called home. The scandal, still unspoken yet potent, hung over them all like a storm waiting to break, threatening to swallow the kingdom in a tide of implication and intrigue. As night fell, the whispers converged in the darkness, framing a narrative she could neither confirm nor ignore. And so, the tantalizing scent of scandal hung thick in the air, unseen, unheard, but undeniably felt, ready to ignite the flame that would reveal the truths buried beneath royal veneers. No longer a mere murmur, the echoes carried a force as tangible as any crown, poised to test the strength and resolve of those who dared to wear it. And thus, in the shadowy corridors of power, the echoes whispered their impending symphony of revelation, each note playing into the ultimate judgment of who held the power, and at what cost. The whisper of one can be the downfall of many, the queen reminded herself, resolve tightening like an archer's bowstring. And in these whispers, one thing was clear. The stage was set, the players in place, awaiting the final curtain of truth to fall, shattering illusions and ushering in the light. Whispers lingered in the hallowed halls of the ancient palace, where the weight of shadows stretched long and far. History was not merely written in the grand annals kept meticulously by royal scribes. It was breathed into every stone, etched into the spirit of the land, and murmured through the tales told beneath the canopy of the star-strewn sky. Echoes from the past are not just remnants of another age, but haunting reminders that the throne was never just an emblem of power. It was, is, and forever shall be the battlefield for the soul not of one, but of all who dared to dream of destiny. As the kingdom basked in the glory of inherited power, the ghosts of those who had come and gone wove through the rise and fall of the monarchy's story, speaking in truths crafted from tears and triumphs. In the solitude of the royal chambers, the burden of those echoes grew deafening, for they spoke not only of victories, but of the sinister currents lurking below. With each passing whisper, the present monarch found the past not a distant memory, but a palpable force, propelling the narrative forward with an urgency that demanded both honor and reckoning. It was a history ripe with the tales of daring coups and whispered betrayals, the cycle repeating like a cruel jest, a reminder that even the most monumental of thrones is as fragile as the paper it commands. And in this grand theater of heritage and heritage undone, the air was charged with an electricity that demanded attention. The monarch, standing at the crossroad of time, could feel the full weight of generations. Within those silent sanctuaries, the fears and dreams of rulers past surged through impressionable cracks, urging on a new era. There lay the constant struggle, a never-ending wrestle with one's own legacy, to expand the boundaries set by predecessors, while contending with the undeniable reality that those who fail to heed history are often doomed to repeat it. And in this dance through time, history unfurled as an unfaltering companion, both distant and near, drawing past struggles into the light of the present day. The past was not just a relic to be honored or a specter to be shunned. It was a teacher, insistent yet compassionate, with secrets meant to be uncovered. As the last embers of the day faded into the looming embrace of night, the whispers seemed to magnify. They posed the silent yet powerful question: would the current monarchy heed the calls of its ancestors, or falter amidst the siren songs of forgotten wisdom? Here, within the kingdom's most sacred and turbulent chronicles, the newest chapter awaited its writing. For a story yet unfinished, driven forward by the unyielding heartbeat of its own history, offers no rest to the weary nor solace to the proud. And thus the echoes from the past resonated not as a chorus lost to the ages, but as a call to arms, urging the heirs to navigate the perilous path carved out by those before them. The truth lay not in the stone walls or resplendent thrones, but in the stories breathlessly passed on, demanding to be heard and honored. A promise of glimpses into the forgotten, wrapped in mystery, now surged to the forefront, guiding a nation toward its rightful destiny or its final eclipse. In the shadowed halls of a palace that had weathered countless storms, the queen stood as the sole architect of dwindling silence, a testament to the monarchy's resilience. Her fierce resolve echoed through chambers that had once resounded with the laughter and intrigue of past councils. Yet now, they lay empty except for the whispers of legacy, burden, and betrayal. The crown she wore felt heavier than ever, its weight growing with each whispered rumor of dissent spreading like wildfire through the kingdom. Her eyes, pools of defiant strength and weary wisdom, scanned ancient texts for answers that eluded her grasp, seeking guidance amidst turmoil that threatened to unravel the very fabric of her reign. Across the land, shadows of revolt gathered strength, their hushed murmurs growing louder, feeding the insatiable hunger for change. They spoke of rights, of power, and of a future untethered from the chains of royalty. And still, the queen stood unwavering, her presence a lighthouse amidst the tempest's roar, her heart both heavy and resolute. The murmur of her advisors, a chorus of cautionary tales, pressed her towards negotiation, towards surrender masquerading as diplomacy. But deep within her, a fire burned, a determination forged in the crucible of her reign, demanding she draw her line, make her stand. Her blood sang of regality, of duty, and of a fierce love for her people that compelled her onward, despite the rising tide against her rule. As dawn broke over a kingdom on the brink, the queen stepped forward, her head held high like a beacon of hope against the encroaching twilight. In this moment, her resolve was more than that of a monarch. It was the very essence of her people's endurance. Here, she would make her last stand, not as a ruler desperately clinging to a fading dream, but as a guardian of the legacy she cherished. The storm gathered, ominous and inevitable. Yet within its heart, the queen found her clarity, embracing her destiny with an unyielding spirit that had weathered countless seasons of triumph and despair. This would be her legacy. The final chapter of a reign written not by edicts and proclamations, but by unwavering courage and the indomitable will to believe in the power of one last stand. And there, at the precipice of history, the world held its breath, awaiting the next unraveling of fate's intricate design. Catherine stood at the heart of a destiny wrapped in the silken threads of intrigue. With the old king's passing, a kingdom brimming with anticipation turned its eye towards her, the reluctant heir. Her ascent was not one marked by choice, but by necessity, as the crown loomed above her like a specter from the shadows, whispering promises of power and danger intertwined. She felt the weight of the land press upon her shoulders, an invisible force binding her to a path she had not sought. Yet, Catherine knew that the blood of leaders coursed through her veins, fierce and unyielding. Her rise was not of happenstance but of deeply etched conspiracies, whispers in the corridors, secrets locked behind iron doors, and alliances as brittle as the autumn leaves. Yet she climbed, each step echoing with the resolve of ancestors, a journey fueled by hope and battle cries long since faded. The kingdom watched, hearts tethered to the tides of her resolve, anticipating the reign she would forge in the fires of uncertainty. Though Catherine's spirit flared with resilience, she faced a constellation of adversities, an opposition not content with simple defeat, but eager for her complete undoing. As her coronation drew near, dreams of unity danced, clashing with the haunting remnants of betrayal that shadowed her every move. She was the queen, standing on the cusp of a burgeoning tale, unwritten but passionately spoken. Would the name Catherine echo through the halls of eternity as a harbinger of dawn, or would her reign crumble beneath the gilded ornaments of expectation? Just as surely as the sun rises and sets, her legacy teetered on the precipice, an unfinished melody awaiting the final notes of its immortal song. In the shadow-clad corridors of the ancient castle, whispers of an heir long lost wove through hushed conversations, their tendrils creeping into the awareness of every soul within the realm. The heir, a specter of the past, was said to be the progeny of audacious desire and clandestine lore, an enigmatic figure whose potential claims threatened the very fabric of the royal lineage. Yet the certainty of this lineage was cloaked in ambiguity, a tale too outrageous, too unsettling for the firm grasp of truth, yet too tantalizing to be mere folklore. Every secret chamber seemed to echo with suggestion, weaving the air with threads of power, potential, and peril. Rumors spiraled when decrepit parchments, yellowed and curled by the hands of time, surfaced unexpectedly, unearthing truths that could shatter or solidify the crown. Within these brittle sheets, the story of a forbidden union was scribbled in desperate secrecy, entailing a promise that had laid dormant, waiting to awaken and roar. Should this long-forsaken heir ascend, it would shake the palace to its foundation, disarm those in power, and enthrall the masses long hungry for change. Hearts raced under the strain of unknowing. Ambition collided with loyalty as courtiers plotted, prayed, or panicked, hedging bets or drawing swords as this unrelenting chronicles unfurled. With each passing day, the tension mounted a heavy, suffocating blanket that fell over chambers and courtyards alike. Who among them knew of the child's hidden lineage? Who among the faithful, the loyal, was so deemed worthy of concealing such a cataclysmic secret? Yet amidst the clamor and conspiracy, some whispered not of heirs, but of impostors, of decoys designed to unsettle and disrupt. The weight of these revelations pressed relentlessly upon the aging sovereign, whose grip on the throne could wane with a mere turn of fate. As prying eyes and eager hands sought to peel back the veils of mystery, the intrigue thickened the boundaries between friend and foe, ally and adversary, blurred beyond recognition. The kingdom stood on the brink of transformation or collapse, poised in emotional tension, bound by queries without answers. Choices without clarity. A question loomed large above the realm, hanging as a monstrous storm cloud. If the rightful heir presented themselves, would the kingdom receive them with open arms or binding chains? The kingdom held its collective breath, waiting, watching, daring the secrets locked in royal heritage to boldly step into the light of day. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in next one.